Good evening. Once again, we return to the story of Caius, Spellsword, Dunmer, Eternal Champion, former agent of the Emperor, current member of the Blades, and coming back from an unexpected detour. Let's make sure we definitely are still carrying a lot. Unfortunately, I don't recall where we left the last one. This episode will be coming belatedly because I didn't have enough time to... upload this last week, so sorry for that.
Now, where did I put that?
I think I've already done Mark, but let's just make sure we got it.
Where did I put that?
Excellent. I don't mind using potions for that. If memory serves, we were on our way to deal with a bounty. It was a long way to getting where we needed to be. Fiola the Outlaw. And then, of course, I know I have, this is unexpected. I also have some ebony that I can pick up. Alright, before we go too much further, let's take advantage of our mana regen. I don't know if there are any bylaws against this. Should see if there's something that costs more. Right around the time I lose the regen. Oh well. So we learned that I definitely want to go to the Odai Plateau. The big question to me actually is whether or not I can find my way back to where we were before. 6 a.m. I'm not normally up this early. I'm also not quite sure what's causing the stutters, but we'll get through it. See if I can lighten things up a little bit by selling off some of my potions. They may not be restocked in time, but we'll do our best.
How wonderful. Welcome, Outlander.
You're in good company, friend.
May you walk on warm sands.
Excellent. All right. Let's I think I'm at the point where I haven't I don't have any poison anymore. All right. Let's say so I have multiple water breathing. So this lasts the longest, and there are 5. I don't need to be any more persuasive. All right, so I think we'll do the same story with telekinesis, although it looks like these are quite heavy, so maybe I only want to carry a couple. Maybe not.
Welcome, friend. The day is yours. What shall we talk about? An honor, to be sure.
Welcome. Please speak.
If there's anything I can do, I am humbly at your service.
You know, I was originally going to try, I was originally just going to sell these, but I am actually going to try and use the soul gems.
I'm
sure I will forget.
Revere knows why you are here. You want to buy Revere's famous Daedric weapons.
Not tonight. So what I kind of want to do here is just make sure that I'm getting rid of as many duplicates in terms of special abilities. So at some point I need to deal with the fact that I've got more restore fatigue than I'm ever going to need. But to begin with, I'd like to I'd just like to make sure little things like water breathing and whatnot have been taken care of. Also, I think paralyze I just made for the sake of it. This is one consequence of me trying to get a little clever in terms of what potions I made. Forgot Revere is not immediately won over by my charm. Yeah, now that it's easy when I'm making a poison because I know I'm never going to drink it. But when it comes down to something like... Oh, come on. When it comes to some of the more regular potions that I make, it's a little bit harder to keep track of where they all are. Miss the sunrise, sadly, but that's life. So I think we had to go out and around to get to that ebony mine again, so the likely outcome of all of this is going to be another trip back to Balmora. Well, actually, maybe I want to do it the other way around. Maybe I want to take care of the, yeah, we'll see. I'll decide at the moment what I want to do. Also, if these things are still here when I get back, I'll clean them up. But beyond just trying to deal with the bounty, we are eventually going to make our way up to the camp. This is just a chance for me to get some of the other tasks that I had out of the way. And at some point I do need to go back to Vivek to deal with everything that I've left undone there. There's quite a bit. I always get ready for a fight when I see those guys, but they've never harmed me. It's like this Netch's mother never told it to go into the Foyada, so it just kind of stays here looking. Alright, so if memory serves, I need to head down and then around to get to the, either the mines or to Halaod. Naturally, I know I have lots of fast travel options, but this is one of the few times I've really enjoyed walking around in the environment, so... Although, because we haven't had anything to process, there isn't much to talk about. Should have stopped by the library to pick up something to read on the way. I think this might be the right way. Maybe what I want to do with the ebony is just pick up some to sell along the way. Thinking maybe of getting some archery practice in, but we'll leave it be for now. Another thing I've neglected because we sort of made out like a bandit with our armor. I'm currently sitting on a lot of gold and haven't really been using it for anything. Even when I get spells, I tend to get them from merchants that I can buy it back with potions with. think that's the cave. Or the egg mine, rather. That cave should just be to the right, around here somewhere. There it is. I don't know whose it is, and I'm sure they're not going to be happy that I'm taking their stuff, but... Just bear with me a moment here. I am recording this during the day, and there's a lot of glare on the monitor, so I just want to deal with it. Sorry about that. Of course, there is no monitor here in Vvardenfell. I was, of course, letting my eyes adjust to my natural environment. It's a little curious whether or not I can light the torch, but... I'm pretty sure I've exhausted this, but... Of course, this answers why there was nobody mining this. It's full of undesirables. Something's keeping me from walking properly. All right. Now the question is, am I the sort of person who would use a levitate to get up there? He's cost... I can get 2. I think we'll see if there's anything a little bit easier to reach first. It would be best if I don't exhaust my, my weight. Because inevitably there will be something along the way that I want to pick up. That'll put me over. I can eat one. You know what, let's not make a big deal out of this. It's gonna be really hard to find again if I want to get it. I'm almost certain if I go back, actually I don't want to spend too much time on this, but I am curious. If I can find where I maybe dropped some before. Okay, well, clearly I wasn't here. I'm actually losing track of where I'm going. So let's just head out. Should probably look beside any, basically I should look for setups like this. Anything beside a place where I would pick up something heavy and on the ground, I'm almost certainly going to find something that I drop because of carrying capacity. I haven't looked at the map yet, but we should be on our way to Laod now. I know I want to cross a bridge to be able to get where I'm interested. Oh, you know what? I think I'm crossing the wrong bridge. So that'll take me to the Odai Plateau. Ah, okay, so if I go from Seyda-Neen, that's really out of the way though, so we'll go along the Odai Plateau. We'll see if there's an alternative path. It's going to be hard because there's a bunch of mountains in the way, but we'll find a way through.
I'm a miner in the Shulk egg mine, but I'm getting some fresh air.
Oh yes, I remember this one.
Just an egg miner.
Hello. I don't know if I can
What's
help
your
you, but,
story?
I'll try.
Alright, well we've definitely already been here, so... So in the worst case, we just walk over the Odai Plateau and down the other side. The only thing I'm a little concerned about is that there might be things waiting for us if we go through Seyda-Neen on the way to Laod. And obviously we miss a chance to interact with anyone on that journey. So maybe the way I'll deal with that is... just consult the map for a minute under the... Yeah, so what I'm thinking is, when we head back through Seyda-Neen to Pelagia, and we should be able to encounter anybody. Doors are a welcome sight. Here's hoping to the target of bounties coming.
Welcome to Laod, stranger. Garden spot of the Bitter Coast region. You're lost, right? Because no one comes here on purpose. Are you looking for services? Not much here. Do you mind sharing the latest rumors? We don't get much news out here.
No, I've heard a few things.
It was inevitable. The local criminal organization, the Kimona Tong, wasn't going to stand by and let the Thieves Guild set up shop in their territory. It'll be bloody, and the Thieves Guild doesn't stand a chance.
Tell me more about the Bitter Coast.
The Bitter Coast is named for the salt marshes and swamps along the southwest coast. The water is bitter, and so is life, generally. It's mostly uninhabited wilderness from Seda Neen in the south all the way north to the West Gash and the Sea of Ghosts. La Olg is a fishing settlement on the mainland near the mouth of the Odai River. There's a fair track along the river inland to Belmora. Narmak is a fishing village on the island further north, but both places are small, isolated, and poor.
What kind of services are here?
A few folks in town offer services, but they're either independents, like Perrin Orly, the pawnbroker, and Palia Seno, or they're Kimona Tong, and only offer services to their own people.
What do you know about Dagoth-Ur?
Dagoth-Ur is the evil and mortal enemy of the Tribunal Temple cult. The temple holds Dagoth-Ur and his hosts accountable for all the evils that beset the Dunmer and Morrowind. Dagoth-Ur dwells in fiery caverns beneath Red Mountains, served by his kin called ash vampires and by legions of deformed monsters.
What do you do here?
I'm a commoner. I do whatever needs doing. Cooking, cleaning, baking, building, making, and breaking. And by your accent, I can tell that you are an outlander. Since you're new to these parts, perhaps you'd like me to share a little local lore.
Why not?
Worn-out weapons and armor work poorly. Repair them yourself if you have some skill, or take them to a smith for repair.
It would be wise to stay indoors, Outlander.
I don't believe I've seen such a dark elf in such a grand outfit in some time. Can I help you?
Maybe just with the,
I think I've heard someone say that vampirism is a disease, and if it's a disease, there might be a cure. But there are diseases that have no cure, aren't there?
This making me wonder if I've contracted vampirism. You should know. We had it in Daggerfall.
I'm telling you, it's making me worried. My neighbor was outside in the middle of last night, running around talking nonsense, and in the morning he doesn't remember a thing about it. The scholars talk stuff about delusion diseases and such. What the hell does that mean? And why can't the priests cure it?
You shouldn't be here.
Alright, I'm assuming the guard won't have anything on this bounty.
I'm an officer of the Imperial Law. Move along. This is just a little fishing village on the Bitter Coast. A rough track along the River Odai connects La Ode with the town of Belmora across the hills to the northeast. And if you can get a ship to Narmak or Ebonheart. Otherwise, it's a very long and unpleasant walk along the coast to Seda Neen, or a much longer and more unpleasant walk north to nowhere.
Guess where I'm going.
It would be wise to stay indoors.
Yeah, it'd be wise not to jump from platform to platform.
Alright, I'm listening.
I'm just trying to see what I could sell.
You wish to speak?
Welcome to La Ode, stranger. Garden spot of the Bitter Coast region. You're lost, right? Because no one comes here on purpose. Are you looking for services? Not much here. Do you mind sharing the latest rumors? We don't get much news out here.
Who are you?
Razid follows the trade of a smuggler. About 50% of Vvardenfell's inhabitants are Dunmer. The other half are Redguard, Breton, Nord, Altmer, other Dunmer, Bosmer, Imperial, Khajiit, Argonian, and Orc in roughly equal proportion.
What rumors have you heard? Alright, so apparently you're not coming home and tell them.
Well, Caius, I can tell you're in Ode, and if you'll take a little advice, you won't be here long. Folks aren't very friendly here and don't like nosy strangers. No offense out louder, but if you don't know the Bitter Coast region, you might get yourself into trouble.
Well then, I guess I'll just have to take my ebony elsewhere. Oh, they weren't kidding when they said this place was poor.
I'm Lemissa Maris, stranger. This is Ode. You're either a fisherman or a sailor in the Bitter Coast region, or a smuggler. We don't get many pilgrims or tourists out here. Are you looking for someone in particular? Are you looking for services? Or is there a specific place you'd like to visit?
I am looking for someone in particular, but
I mind my own business. Why don't you mind yours, Outlander?
put on these shoes. Yeah, fair enough. You'll sell me lockpicks, huh?
Speak quickly, Outlander, or go away.
I know this guy named Koss hates who you'd get along with.
Greetings, friend. Interested in doing some business?
What kind of business?
Tell you what, got to deliver this slave to Vorar Hellas in Balmora as part of your payment. It shouldn't be a tough job for you.
Quickly, Outlander. I haven't much time.
What are you doing here? What can Rabina do for you? It's a matter of trust, Caius, and I don't trust you enough yet. Just a little unfinished business between Vorar Hellas and me. I owe him for a big deal we made a while ago. Rabina here ought to pay for my side of the bargain, and more. There's a lot of money in some of these slaves. Are you interested in the work? No? Too bad. Just means I'll have to get there myself. Your last friend.
So, my intention is to free this slave. But I don't know if it will let me do that. Oh, come on.
Go ahead, Outlander. What do you need?
Alright, so I'm gonna take a second here and see. That's a shame that it doesn't let me change my mind. I want to see if it's possible to free that. I'm just opening up a tablet here and taking a look. fair enough. Alright. So it does look like there is an option with freeing, but it does come after. So, the assumption is that I would be... I don't like slavery, and the assumption is
Make it
that I
quick,
would be doing the
Outlander.
delivery, which I don't want to do.
You wish to speak?
So we're getting out of here. Alright, I did say someone in the region. Let's take a look and see where that is. I might have to double back, depending on where we're running into.
Greetings. We should take care in these parts. There are murderous outlaws about. No telling what might happen to an unwary traveler.
Really? Tell me more.
Well, yes, these are dangerous times. They'll rob you blind and cut your throat without giving it a second thought. It's a bad idea to carry anything of value on your person. In fact, it's probably best if you give me that gold of yours. 100 septums, perhaps? I think you'll find it way less dangerous if I do.
Absolutely not.
Seemed a small price to pay for your life. No matter, though. I'll have that gold one way or the other.
You will die where you stand. How does it feel to know death is near? Run
That strikes so hard to the ground. The sky's thundered. Alright, that was a little easier than I thought it would be. I would naturally prefer to travel in other circumstances, but we work with what we've got. Probably shouldn't be getting materials, but I can't help myself. Also, speaking of can't help it, not being able to help myself, I know I'm not going to be able to carry things out of the ruins, but, well, actually, I do have a way. Let's begin this one. opposite order. I wanted to cast the spell and then draw my weapon. I did it the opposite way. Hi. I should have tried to,
Unnoticed. You will be disgraced for this.
looks like a conjurer of cheap tricks. Alright, let's try and use our spells for this. Should have paid attention to the trap. It did warn me. I think I have the origin of the Mages Guild, but big surprise there. Alright, we're gonna load up, and then we'll have to make some decisions about what we want to keep. This is like a Lalu training, training center. Well.
Song of the Alchemists. The Song of the Alchemists, Ancient Tales of the Dwemer, Part 5 by Merobar Sul. When King Meranion's alchemist had to leave his station after a laboratory experiment that yielded detonation, the word went out that the king did want a new savant to mix his potions and brews, but he declared he would only choose a fellow who knew the tricks and the tools. The king refused to hire on more fools. After much deliberation, discussions, and debates, the king picked two well-learned candidates, Aeanthippus Minthirk and Umphatic Fair, an ambitious pair. Vied to prove which one was the best. Said the king, "There will be a test." They went to a large chamber with herbs, gems, tomes, pots, measuring cups, all under high crystalline domes. "Make me a tonic that will make me invisible," laughed the king in a tone some would call risible. Risible. So Emphatic Fair and Inthapis Minthurk began to work, mincing herbs, mashing metal, refining strange oils, cautiously setting their cauldrons to burbling boils. Each on his own, sending mixing bowls mixing, sometimes peeking to see what the other was fixing. After they had worked for nearly 3/4 of an hour, both Ianthipus Minthurk and Emphatic Fair winked at each other, certain that he won. "Now," said King Moranion, "now you must taste the potions you've wrought. Take a spoon and sample it right from your pot." Minthurk vanished as his lips touched the brew, but Fair tested his and remained apparent in view. "You think you mix silver, blue diamonds, and yellow grass?" the king laughed. "Look up, Fair, up to the ceiling glass. The light falling makes the ingredients you choose quite different hues." "What do you get?" asked the floating voice bold. "Of a potion of red diamonds, blue grass, and gold." By Dwemer God, said Fair, his face in a wince, I've made my own potion to fortify my own intelligence. Publisher's note. This poetry is so clearly in the style of Gorfelem that it really does not need any commentary. Note the simple rhyming scheme of AA, BB, CC, the sing-song but purposely clumsy meter, and the recurring jokes and obviously absurd names. Emphatic Fair and Ianthipus Minthurk, Emphatic Fair and Ianthipus Minthurk. The final joke, that the stupid alchemist invents a potion to make himself smarter by pure accident, would have appealed to the anti-intellectualism of audiences in the interregnum period, but certainly would be rejected by the Dwemer. Note that even Merobar Sul refuses to name any Dwemer gods. The Dwemer religion, if it can be even called that, is one of the most complex, difficult puzzles of their culture. Over the millennia, the song has become a popular tavern song in High Rock before eventually disappearing from everything but scholarly books, much like the Dwemer themselves.
We're taking that. Alright, I wasn't expecting to leave this way, but I have no chance of succeeding in recall. Well, first thing we're going to try rest. I don't know if that's the intelligence that did it, but
A pleasure to meet you.
alright, against my better judgment, let's get a... Actually, you know what? I was gonna do a round of alchemy, but I'm just going to handle the distribution of the ingredients. enforce some order, but let's just get this over with. I also forgot that I can do this. Sure do carry around a lot of nonsense. Okay, I need a pile that communicates that I'm willing to sell this stuff. Why did I bring a ladle? Alright, I gotta get rid of that. I don't exactly want to be keeping all this alchemy equipment. So this stuff I know I was keeping. I think I said I was going to wind up selling these. That can't be right because of the... Yeah, I mixed these up. I think at some point I was willing to sell these off. And then I made this the keeper pile. Yeah, these I'm willing to sell. These I want to keep. Alright, I'm still carrying a lot. So the question is, how realistic is it that I'm going to be able to sell these things on my way?
What was that?
Here's an idea. I need to go to Moonmoth to talk about the bounty anyway.
Greetings, Outlander. Don't I know? Under sun and sky, Outlander.
Now, this is recall. So I'm going to be interested to see whether or not I can... Oh, you know what? I probably didn't need that fortify intelligence. I'm going to be interested here to see if I need to set the mark again, because I don't think I did.
You're in good company, friend. Well, share your thoughts, friend. I enjoy the company.
Our sugar is yours, friend.
An honor, to be sure.
I also forgot I should have dropped off the books I knew I wanted to keep. Let's do that now, actually.
Yes, Outlander?
I can think of a couple merchants that will want to pick those up. This is probably going to play havoc with my sleep schedule, but that's life. That's interesting to see the chance of the spell dropping with fatigue.
Well met.
Alright. First things first. Okay, we did already have Corpse Preparation and Arcade the Enemy. Now, Origin of the Mages Guild, I'm pretty sure we have that, but... Yep. So we can definitely see some arguments for practicing mysticism.
I know you.
That is also willpower, so I'm in fairly good shape. So in terms of spells that I want, so obviously destruction is a destruction, restoration are high priorities because these are sort of my bread and butter skills. Alteration for his willpower, so that's good. It's very unlikely I'm going to advance medium armor, but I should give it a shot. Alright, so mysticism is a decent one because of the willpower, and then conjuration because it's willpower. Lines of, I mean, all the spell.
I feel as though I've just awakened from a dream, a terrible dream of the 6th house.
So you've told me. This guy again, huh? I got some books for you. Not sure they'll buy. Alright, so some of these rings I think I want to hang on to. Yeah, you know what? I completely neglected to... I didn't distinguish between the two types of amulets I wanted to buy and sell. Probably should be visiting these people more often. That was worth a try. feel like this was a gift, so I'm going to hang on to that. I carry too much nonsense. Alright, let's take a look at some of these scrolls, because they take up a lot. The problem is some of these aren't actually useful, but let's just try and keep the best version of some of these spells for now, at least until I start to get in the habit of using them. Adranax and Golden Saints will take long. Resist for now because I know I'm gonna have there's gonna be more for me to do. I've had this one since the start, and this is actually not a bad one, so alright, I definitely need to remember to use that. Making progress. Hello. I don't actually plan on using a lot of these, but I can imagine situations in which some of these might be useful. Yeah, it was worth a try. I think I had a paralyzed sitting around here somewhere. Yeah, maybe not. Check to see if they had anything I wanted. Alright, so obviously we are doing a lot of housekeeping here. This isn't necessarily the best or most heroic use of time. It does give me a chance to do a walk through Satan. Alternatively, I can get more ebony. wasn't thinking I would be back so soon, but I guess I did say I'd clean up the cliff racer. It's actually not that bad to walk around at night, too. It's obviously more pleasant at other times during the day, but...
How can I help?
Alright, let's try and get rid of some of these. So I want to keep. Yeah, I guess I want to keep all of these now. Pretty sure I've cleaned them out of spells, yeah. I think at this point anything cheap needs to go. Yeah, it was worth a try.
Go ahead, I'm listening.
You've got the better of me, so go ahead.
Pretty sure anybody who buys and sells alchemical equipment is not going to be able to afford it. Yeah, I shouldn't even try. I can at least get rid of some potions, though. Let's do left to right. Alright, so clearly I don't need this many feathers. That's a lot of levitate too, so we've got 45 seconds. We'll do for the longest duration.
I'm Lucius Vero, Legion Champion of Fort Moonmoth. I've been hoping that you might come by. I've got some work for you if you're interested.
Let's talk about work.
Never mind about the work. As I said, it's been taken care of, and I hope you like your present.
Greetings.
Do you like it? It's called the Ring of Surroundings. It's useful for sneaking about. I don't know much about it, but I believe it used to belong to a bad person. We don't usually need that sort of thing in the Legion. We're a little more straightforward in our methods, usually. I see you ran into that rogue Fuel. Shame you weren't able to bring him back here alive, but not much of one. You have my thanks, and a reward.
Tell me more about yourself.
Larius Vero, warrior and champion of the Imperial Legion.
I don't know where the bloodbath came from.
Here's what I'm thinking. I love the law. I love the Empire. I love the people I try very hard to keep safe. But sometimes, no matter how hard we try to keep the peace, sometimes there is going to be blood. I think you know what I'm talking about. That's why I asked you to do this bit of work, if you're willing.
Can you tell me about House Redoran?
They are the true warriors of the ancient Dunmer. Although House Hlaalu has adopted more of the Empire's ways, I have more respect for the warriors of House Redoran.
Alright, anything you know about the Nerevarine?
It's the reincarnation of some dark elven hero supposed to come out and drive the Empire out of Morrowind. Just some local superstition, but the temple says it's wicked and evil, and you'll be very sorry if you talk about it with the priests and the temple guard.
Star finally checked with the guard.
Guards keep the peace and chase down criminals. Each district has its own guards. Legion troopers in the Imperial districts, Ordinators in Temple districts, Redoran, Hlaalu, and Telvanni guards in their own Great House districts. Guards collect fines and compensation, or drag you off to prison if you can't pay.
And on that note, we gotta get out of here. I want to find my heaviest restore fatigue. We'll try and recover some weight doing that.
If I ever see that
like very good company.
Alright, I'm gonna try an experiment. Alright, so I don't need to reset it. So, in terms of things that I want to keep, things I want to keep in my inventory. In truth, I'm very unlikely to use any of these, but I can see some applications. I keep forgetting I have these repair tongs I want to use. Alright, so then the big question is, do I keep these oh yes, yes I do. For a very simple reason.
Under sun and three blessings, you may
What brings
speak.
you here, Dunmer?
Greetings, Outlander.
Citizen.
I'm listening. Go ahead. I'm very happy to make your acquaintance.
I heard something.
Hello.
I'm Aiseline Marin of the Breton Guild Guide. I provide instantaneous transport between the various Mages Guild and Vvardenfell. What is your destination? I can also help with local information. Do you need services, or are you looking for some specific place or someone in particular?
Just need to go to Alderaan. Thank you. Gonna see if we can find some alchemists to sell this master gear to.
An honor to be
Good day, Caius. I'm,
You know what? You don't like me enough. Also, what kind of training do you offer? Ah, here's an interesting idea. Okay, so I gotta be careful about this. So if I want to sell them all of the alchemical gear, alright, so I have 4,100 in training. Let me work this out. should probably find someone who's a better trainer to do this with, but... Sorry, just 1 second here. Alright, sorry about that. That was just a message from work I forgot to deal with. Alright, I will do Conjuration. I kind of want to spend as much as I can, but I like the idea of raising the floor of all of my abilities. The other thing I could do would be to travel from guild to guild to see who might offer me a more useful skill, but, well, I don't know, we'll work with that. Alright, so, I guess we get like 40 of these.
Welcome, friend. The day is yours. What shall we talk about?
Alright, it looks like it goes up by 10 each time.
Welcome, friend. The day is yours. What shall we talk about?
Ah, see, that's the trick. I don't know if it's because the day
You're in
rolls
good
over
company,
or something,
friend.
but
Welcome.
Well, I find myself in pleasant company. Please share your thoughts.
I think I'm going to try and lock this in each step. Probably more than yeah, they don't want to give me a 50% premium.
Well, I find myself in pleasant company. Please share your thoughts.
Alright. This one I need to be rather careful with, so 1588.
Welcome, friend. The day is yours. What shall we talk about?
I'm assuming this is probably rolled over a couple of times on
An
me. I just
honor
don't
to
want
be
to let
sure.
the obvious times run through.
Welcome, friend. The day is yours. What shall we talk about?
It's not worth it at this point.
An honor to be sure.
Welcome, friend. The day is yours. What shall we talk about?
Do you have any money left? No. Yeah, we'll leave it. We'll leave it for now. I will take a quick second to see if there's an alchemist in one of the other mages guilds that might train me in something I want.
You seem like very good company.
Well, I can at least sell some potions. These have 0 weight, so they're not as high of a price. Oh yeah, that's the important thing. I actually need to make sure that this stuff has weight that I'm selling otherwise. It's not as helpful. The problem with some of these is that they're useful, but I just keep hanging on to them forever, so...
I'd be happy to talk. My pleasure, really.
An honor, to be sure.
Here not long ago.
Well, I find myself in pleasant company. Please share your thoughts.
You seem
Yes,
like very good
honored
company.
guest.
Oh, actually, while I was at it, there was a, I needed to get a book. It was in 5X, so I haven't gone there yet.
An honor to be sure.
You're in good company, friend.
Well met.
Alright, so the question is, do I want to carry the mortar and pestle with me? have cleared out a lot of space with my scrolls and whatnot, so I think we'll hang on to it, hoping that we find a place where we can drop. Oh yes, I'm also gonna get the iron ladle. I really shouldn't be wasting these potions like I am, but obviously not the most efficient way of working with it, but tops me up a little bit. Just hope I don't hit the bull niche by mistake. Alright, so this is going to be a bit of a roundabout journey that I take, because I'm going to take the opportunity to go to Saint-Denis. It is still 50 magicka, so you should probably just off that on my own. No way. In terms of our priorities, so we've, well, I mean, this is a tough call, right, because the whole reason we went to La Ode was so that we could do that Fuel the Outsider quest. Clearly, though, there are ruins that I kind of wanted to check out. That would mean potentially some Daedric weapons. And then, of course, the other big factor is I did want to see what I might find on that path. If I'd been thinking, I would have got one of the... Oh, it's not sunrise, it's sunset. That was a full day. So one of the things I was thinking about was maybe... taking one of the Silt Striders to Saint-Denis and then doing the walk that way. The reason I won't do that now is because I will be regenerating any magicka. Although, now that I think of it, I have an easy way of fixing that. Actually, you know what? That's the better option. I still think there's a value in going out and around like this, just so that we can see a little bit more of Vvardenfell. I think there are very few opportunities for us to... I think there's very few opportunities for us to see that normally. Whether or not I go to the ruins is another question. But basically my reasoning behind here is that instead of doing all of this stuff in Vivek, I'm taking the opportunity to try and find some other things to do. And we're doing that while I go north to the Urshilaku camp. Again, there are faster ways of getting there, but part of this is just being able to see what we can find along the way. And it's also worth noting, I mean, this digression wasn't unprofitable. We've got a whole bunch of conjuration and what is it? Enchant. Enchant is a minor skill. In fact, arguably I should have done enchant more, but
We make a special trip just for you. Same low price.
alright, see you to need.
Why walk when you can ride?
I just rode. Thank you, though. Alright, so this is supposed to be the unpleasant, uncomfortable path. Does give us a chance to see what's in the area, though. I'm not sure if I should be picking up materials or not. Can't help myself. What in the world was that? Scroll of Icarian Flight, Fortify Acrobatics for 1,000 seconds per second.
I believe I have found the correct formula for the spell I am developing. With it, I will be able to travel great distances without the need to pay others for the service. If all goes well, I will test out the new spell tomorrow. I believe I've worked out all the possible complications. It will allow me to leap great distances, covering many hundreds of miles. Never before has one been able to travel in this manner, vaulting from the ground, sailing through the sky, all without the terrible disorientation of a spell of flying. The time is almost upon me, my research is finished, and all of my calculations are checked and rechecked. They laughed at me when I suggested this. We'll see who laughs after I leap from the top of the towers and scream out my success.
Of course we're gonna try it. Doesn't last very long. Cool. We made it though. actually see some uses for that. That made the journey all worth it. A little trouble there. This should be the time I do some kind of a fireball, but I have other uses for it. To assume that they're not going to be happy to see me.
Here it comes!
Always happy to get a couple of extra lockpicks because I always tend to waste them in locks that I'm not very good at.
This is too easy.
Is it? Ah, excellent.
You should have picked an easier opponent.
Alright, now, every time I walk through, I always seem to get some kind of a... No, okay.
You want something?
Do you have the key to these bracers? Will you let me go free?
Let's talk about the twin labs first.
I don't trust you enough to talk about that.
You may go free.
You have the key. Will you let me go free?
Yes.
Yes! Brandashi is free. You're a good friend of Brandashi.
Let's talk about the twin labs now.
Brandashi knows only rumors. They help slaves escape. They take us back to elsewhere. I don't know if they really know if they exist. They said they help slaves like us escape. Until you arrived, I did not think I would ever see Argonia again.
Blessed we are.
Blessed we are.
Pretty sure we just covered that for everyone.
To you, friend.
not a whole lot here that's really worth taking. Inevitably, I take the materials because this is who I am, but this might be worth something. Is probably more profitable in terms of value for weight than the ebony mine. And of course, there might still be something underwater. Yeah, let's go for it. Don't particularly like swimming, but if there's the potential of treasure, I'm willing to endure it. Probably should pay closer attention to that. So of course the other question is where I find a place to sell all of this, but it's a problem that I'm happy to have. Still have a bit of carrying space. I have to. So of course, remembering the whole purpose of this journey was mostly just to see a little bit of this side of the map. It was worth it. But at this point, I will probably be investigating the ruins and then properly make my way up to Alderun. I also need to remember to use more Restore Fatigue potions, because I have a feeling a lot of the misses that I'm getting are because of that.
Can you ask your question quickly?
Greetings.
Alright, so again, it's maybe not the best view. Man, this place loves raining on me. They weren't kidding when they say it's an unpleasant journey. May not be advisable to do another excursion, especially given that I don't have a lot of weight, but I do want to see what's there. I am looking for a place to stay dry. On the first cliff racer that didn't want to fight. Careful. Am I not able to? The whole point was to loot you, sir.
I don't know you. What do you want?
Tell me who you are.
I must not grow Borog, warrior.
Fair enough. Hear anything?
At first, it seemed the fuss about the Nerevarine prophecy was just silly superstition, and then I learned that Dunmer had been waiting for Lord Nerevar to come back for centuries. The Incarnate, they call it. Every few years, an Ashlander appears, and the tribes call him the Incarnate. Then the temple goes out, hunts him down, and reveals him as a fake. Why does the temple worry so much about it?
Any secrets?
Have you heard of this new secret cult, the Sixth House? They say they sit around in caves, cutting off pieces of their own flesh and eating it. It's that corpus disease. It makes the flesh grow wild and crazy. Cut a piece off and another grows back, bigger and better. Guards say, we're looking into it. Right, that makes me feel a lot better.
You seem like you can handle yourself. What do you do?
I'm a warrior by trade. I know how to fight when necessary, but I'd much rather look tough so the critters give up or run away when they see me. Personally, I favor long blades of all kinds. They use long blades in many different styles of craftsmanship here in the Morrowind. But I wear medium armor, for a decent balance of protection and mobility. But I train with various weapons and armor types, and like any good warrior, I'm my own armorer. I don't want to fight with worn weapons and worn armor.
Good to know. Just want to make sure I don't have any business with this guy. So I'm assuming he's deliberately blocking my path for something. No, there's a lot of you. Try to avoid them getting in the water just in case that's why I couldn't loot them before. It's not that heavy. Fortify, or that, restore fatigue is still going strong. There might be something else in here, but it's clearly inhabited, so I don't want to spend too much time harassing the people. There might be other things that we didn't check out in there, but there's little point in extending it. So, I just want to make sure that I got this right, so... Wait, I thought we already did this. Oh right, it's because they're in Vivek. I haven't turned it in.
Caius promoted me to apprentice rank in the Blades and gave me the Emperor's secret orders and told me to read them. The Emperor thinks the Nerevarine prophecies are genuine and that I may be the Nerevarine. I'm being sent to the Urshilaku camp to speak with the heads of the Nerevarine cult, Sulmatul and Nibani Mea. I'll tell them my story and tell them to test me against the Nerevarine prophecies and then report back to Caius. Samudus Munis gave me a selection of potions, and Crulius Plantanian gave me a selection of scrolls. Hasuas and Subani. The Ursulaku camp moves with the herds, but usually lies close to the Sea of Ghosts, north of the village of Margan, on the northern coast of Vvardenfell. Zain Subani says the Ursulaku camp lies close to the Sea of Ghosts. Okay, yeah, same deal. The fastest, smartest way to reach Margan is to take a silt strider from Belmora to Aldaroon, and then from Aldaroon to Margan. In Margan, look for a scout named Nuleno Tedas at the outpost. She'll be able to tell you how to reach the Ursulaku camp.
Alright, so our actual goal is Margan, which is way up here. But what we'll do is we'll head up to, we should do Aldaroon. So we'll head to Aldaroon, then Margan, and then follow the directions. I can't help but wonder. This definitely seems like there's something over here. There's definitely cliff racers. Let's see. One virtue of having the fatigue potion active is I don't need to worry about... Yep, there's more ruins. Not that I'll be able to carry anything to take out of it. But it does allow me to run without losing fatigue. knew that was going to happen.
All right. So, out of curiosity, for those of you, or maybe not curiosity, but for the benefit of those who, like the series, know something about mods but are getting a little annoyed with the interruptions, the error that I'm just getting... the error that I'm getting is TS stream warning model meshes/r/x antronax underscore storm dot nif text not found tx antronax storm tx underscore antronac underscore storm underscore face underscore g dot dds. Continue running executable. So if I say yes, texture load error tx underscore antronac underscore storm underscore face underscore g dot dds, continue running executable, yes. So after I hit those, I get another error message. I don't know if it'll... Alright, here we go. So actually this is the same error that I get here. But as you can see here, MGE.exe serious error condition check MGXE log for details. So for one reason or another, there's no point in doing that because I'm going to crash again. So we'll get out of here. I don't know you. What do you want?
Who are you?
I'm Noranil, Witch Hunter.
Fair enough. What exactly do you do?
I'm a witch hunter. I dedicate body and soul to the destruction of profane magics. Most foul are necromancers who defile the bodies and spirits of the sacred dead. Equally abominable is the evil Daedra worshippers. The Daedra lords delight in the torment and corruption of mortals, and they reward followers with terrible powers always used for evil purposes. And employing the tools of the enemy, the spells of the College of Conjuration, I risk contamination, but fire must be fought with fire.
I'll let you know if you need a hand. As for now, I'm going to take care of the abominations myself. I saw one of them running around. Alright, well, I'll live with this for now. Alright, I do have a Discord message waiting for me, so I have another obligation that I meet, which means this will be a slightly shorter episode tonight, but we'll try and wrap up here, and we'll carry on next entry. Sorry, let me just clarify that. I've clearly taken on more than I can handle. Let's also try and use one of those shield, well, any kind of spell absorption probably would have been better, but so I'm assuming there's another fight coming up once I rob this, but before I go any further, let's just see if there's any goodies waiting for me. So normally there's a chest somewhere behind these altars, but maybe that's not a rule. Vanished. Alright, so apparently the lesson is, if you die in the water, you don't get anything. I don't like that rule. On the plus side, it was a short little excursion, so... Oh, nope, there they are. Well, I never thought I would need this, but... No, really? Take stuff underwater. Alright, well, just wasted a telekinesis potion, I guess. Not that I can't make more. Yep, no surprises there. So I see his face, assuming it's a storm. Nope, that's frost. So while I'm at it, I'm just gonna do a quick search and see. So I've definitely seen a Storm Hunter before. That's not one of them. As diverting as that was, we'll go back to our path, and I think I'll probably have to wrap this up at the next city that I run into, but the good news is that the time that I'm spending on this now, the shorter time I'm spending on this now, will probably mean I can get another recorded, and we won't have to miss any more episodes for a while. Still have telekinesis going. Oh no. It just froze. I think it just crashed properly. That's particularly painful because I was just about to save. I'm just gonna get out of here as quickly as I can. So I have tried to do it before, but I will go through the list of mods just to see if I can identify that if I can identify the source of all the trouble. Wow. I'm getting some real crashes here. We're at the end soon anyway, but let's see if we can wrap this up properly. It's funny because obviously I went through that path already. Did forget though that we didn't get this accomplished, so... Please die in a more convenient spot. Oh, so close. Alright. Fortunately, we can get rid of the extravagant clothing. Let's deal with a couple of other things first. It's not going to do anything even remotely close to what I need, so I'm say the extravagant clothes have to go. I might have just locked myself into a tough spot. Okay, so we know that this is going to crash. That's fine. Once I clear the ruins, I'm going to do another save. this might have something to do with the actual appearance of the Storm Atronach as opposed to it just trying to load textures. Alright, now this is kind of neat. So hopefully I can get away with the mods now. Wow. I like this mod a lot. It makes it harder to see them underwater. Alright, so let's try and take it to the next village, and we'll call it an evening. So that's tempting. I don't think it'll get me what I need, though. We'll walk up to get it on our map, but I think I'm gonna have to check this out another time. Lornharm. Push me over. Yep. So I'm curious about the indices, but that's going to be a matter for another time. Stuff. Also, seeing as we've escaped the trouble we were in, should probably save one more. I'm getting really conscious about the time, but I do like going on adventures.
Andrethi Ancestral Tomb.
Sorry, the Andrethi Ancestral Tomb. Well, as fun as it would be to go tomb raiding, they tend not to have enough to make it worth dropping items for. Doesn't mean we won't go back and raid it, just we won't go now. see if we can avoid the Kagudi, but no promises. Oh boy. This journey is presenting every last temptation I could possibly run into. Alright, they look friendly. That does not hurt. You can see I've built up the reflex. I need to stop doing that. It just occurred to me there may not be any villages between here and Alderun. I will give myself 13 more minutes. If we don't find a place, then I'll have to make camp. This is encouraging. I was wondering why everything was being so passive. Alright now. Right, we're looking for Margon, not Narmok. Narmok isn't that far away. Well, no. It's not that different. As it happens, we've also been this way before. I think going the other direction, though. Resisting the urge to go on adventures is a very tough one. And of course, the big challenge here is it looks like it's forcing a choice between Alderun and Narmok right now. Or sorry, Margon. Nope, there's no choice. I'm just misreading. So it looks like we've gone both ways. Let's take the main road. gave you a chance. You followed me the whole way. Alright, we should be able to make it to Alderun on time. Ah, yes, sir. You know, it's been raining every time we've seen this guy. Apparently we're behind schedule. So I'm assuming Alderun's this way, but let's verify. Yep. I don't normally want to get this practice in, and I am short on time, but I also want to lighten my load a little bit. Took a lot less than I was expecting. Well, while we're practicing, nailed it. So we do still need the practice with the axe, but in this case, letting loose arrows helps reduce my weight. I move too much. Not that I really need to get them back. Steel arrows are worth a little more though, so. So of course I do want to go to Margon, but we're looking for a place to stay tonight, so we will go to Alderun. Shouldn't be too far off. So while we're here, we'll take the chance, not tonight, but one of the reasons why it's nice to stop by Alderaan is this allows me to sell off some items. I can also, I can use the Mage's Guild to transport back to my residence.
How about sharing the wealth? I've lots to show you.
Do you? Well, you sort of do, actually. We'll think about it. But yes, for now, what we'll probably wind up doing is I will visit back home to get rid of some of the, my surplus of the ebony staff and whatnot. Then we will head to Margon and continue on the main story until we get stuck. But until then, have a good evening, and we will see you next week.